Is there a forbidden feeling tucked away in a secret corner of your heart? It's a feeling that you may not even dare to name, because you've been taught that it is the ultimate sin for a Christian to feel. It is the feeling of being angry at God. It's the silent, simmering bitterness that rises up when you look at your life, at your pain, at your unanswered prayers, and you ask, how could you let this happen? It's the cry of a heart that feels betrayed or abandoned by the very one who was supposed to be its protector, and the moment you feel it, an immense wave of guilt crashes over you. You feel like a terrible Christian. You are terrified that this anger has created an uncrossable chasm between you and your Father. So you do what you think you're supposed to do. You suppress it, you bury it, you put on a smile and pretend everything is fine, while this hot, angry coal of resentment burns away at your soul, creating more and more distance. If you are wrestling with this secret anger today, I want to offer you a truth that may shock you, and I pray that it will liberate you. God is not afraid of your anger. He is not shocked by it. And He would rather have you wrestling with Him in honest anger than walking away from Him in polite, distant silence. We have a profound misconception that God's primary desire is for us to be polite, but what He truly desires is for us to be real. He wants a relationship, and real relationships are sometimes messy. They include difficult conversations. And the Bible, in its raw and unfiltered honesty, is filled with the stories of godly people who brought their anger and their complaints directly to God. Look at the man Job. He lost everything, his children, his health, his wealth, and after sitting in his grief, he unleashed a torrent of pain and anger toward heaven. He questioned God's justice. He complained in the bitterness of his soul. He argued with God. And at the end of this long, painful and angry debate, what was God's verdict? He rebuked Job's friends, the ones who had offered all the easy religious platitudes. But to Job, God said he had spoken of me what is right. God honored Job's raw, messy, relational honesty more than his friends' polite, detached theology. The book of Psalms, the very prayer and songbook of our faith, is filled with this kind of prayer. It's called Lament. Look at Psalm 44. The psalmist cries out, "Awake, Lord! Why do you sleep? Rouse yourself. Do not reject us forever. Why do you hide your face and forget our misery and oppression?" This is not a polite request. It is an angry, desperate, and accusatory cry. And it is in your Bible. It is a holy prayer. These psalms teach us the right way to be angry. They model for us how to turn our face toward God in our anger, not away from Him. They show us how to bring our complaint directly to the only one who can do anything about it. Think of Martha at the tomb of her brother Lazarus. When Jesus finally arrives, her first words to Him are thick with pain and accusation. "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." It is a cry of anger born from the depths of her grief. And did Jesus rebuke her for her tone? Did He shame her for her accusation? No. He met her in her pain. He wept with her. He entered into her anger and grief. And then He revealed His glory. Your anger does not push God away. He is big enough to handle it. He is secure enough to hear your accusations without being threatened. In fact, an angry prayer can be a profound act of faith. Why? Because it means you still believe He is there. You still believe He is powerful enough to do something. You still believe He is good enough that He should be doing something. The opposite of love is not anger, it's indifference. To be indifferent to God is to walk away. To be angry at God is to stay in the relationship and fight for it. So how do we navigate this difficult and sacred space of being angry at God? First, you must give yourself permission to be honest. Stop censoring your prayers. God already knows what is in your heart. You are not protecting Him from your feelings. You are only creating distance by hiding them. Find a private place and tell Him exactly how you feel. God, I'm so angry with you right now. This hurts and I don't understand. I feel like you've let me down. Let the raw, unfiltered truth of your heart pour out. This is the beginning of intimacy. Second, learn the difference between lamenting and venting. Venting is often horizontal. We complain about God to other people, and it often just spreads bitterness and unbelief. Lament is vertical. It is taking your complaint directly to God with the underlying hope that He will hear and act. Use the Psalms as your guide. They show you how to bring your complaint, state your trust, and make your request, all in one honest prayer. Third, after you have poured out your anger, you must be still and listen. This is crucial. A lament that does not pause to listen can curdle into permanent bitterness. God's response to Job was not a neat and tidy answer to his why questions. It was a powerful revelation of who He is. Often in our anger, God will not give us the explanation we want, but He will give us the presence we need. He will remind us of His sovereignty, His wisdom, and His love, which are far beyond our comprehension. And finally, stay in the conversation. Do not let your anger be the final word that causes you to walk away. Keep showing up, keep talking to Him, even if your words are filled with pain. It is in the process of wrestling with God that our faith is often forged from a brittle thing into something strong and resilient. On the other side of honest anger is often a deeper, more authentic, and more unshakable trust. Your anger doesn't scare God. It doesn't disqualify you from His love. He is your Father, and a good father would rather have his child screaming at him in his own house than running away to suffer in silence. He invites you today to come to Him with all of it, the pain, the confusion, and yes, even the anger. He is waiting to meet you there.